Hi everyone, and welcome back to Edo's Backstage. Today I want to tell you a story. Well, actually, it's my story. My name is Edo, I am a professional musician and I play guitar in the greatest Pink Floyd tribute band in the world, Brit Floyd. I started playing guitar when I was 16. But it was only in 2015 that you could say I became a pro. Now, in all honesty, I don't feel like I am a guitar virtuoso. On the contrary, I've always considered myself an average guitarist, and I feel I have, and I will always have, much to learn from more experienced and more talented players. And I think there is nothing wrong with that. Actually, I would say that being aware of your abilities or limitations could be an advantage when you're about to step into the professional world, because that is a world in which nobody protects you. This industry doesn't really spare your feelings. It is a very small world which it is very difficult to get into, but also very easy to exit. Now you might be wondering, yes, but then how did you get there? And this is a question I am asked very often. And it's true. How is it that a guitarist like myself managed to perform on incredible stages like the Royal Albert Hall or Radio City Music Hall or Red Rocks, basically overnight? Well, you know what? I have asked myself this question too. Not that I have reached life-changing success, but the fact that I have entered the professional world and that for years now I have been able to count on hundreds of concerts all over the world. It is something that for many of us can represent a dream come true. That's why the question is reasonable. So this is my story, and here is how it happened. First of all, doing what I do has always been a goal of mine. Not specifically performing on iconic stages, but it was a clear goal to be a working musician, steadily playing live, traveling a lot and meeting tons of people. Before becoming a pro, I was already doing some gigs here and there, and I also did some small tours, but I had to round up to support myself. Indeed, to tell the truth, the concerts were just a little part of my incomes generated by other activities, such as teaching, my real job. Well, no big deal. Lots of artists, even exceptional ones, are not professional musicians sometimes and need a day job to be able to support a house, a family, or a car. So obviously I feel privileged. And sometimes I almost feel some kind of guilt. Not that it's my fault, of course, but I found myself being the right person at the right place at the right time. And I have been lucky, I'm well aware of that. Of course, not that luck makes all the difference, but in my case, it really did play a very important role. But one thing that played an even bigger role was my first XFX. And another fundamental thing was YouTube. It was around 2012-2013, and YouTube wasn't the monster it is today. Yes, it was popular, yes, it was big, but it wasn't the huge universe it is now. The videos were far fewer, the quality wasn't that good, but the amount of viewers was already huge. So through YouTube, you could pretty much take a trip around the world. But let's take another step back in time to 2011. Milan, Quark Hotel, second-hand guitar, one of the largest music production trade shows in Italy. Out of those many stands there was Costalab, which was showing early versions of his pedals and his first products. And when I say early, I mean more a question of look, because they already sounded terrific. And in fact, I heard someone trying out one of those pedals, and I went over to the stand to get my hands on one of those gems. I tried a couple and I immediately found one that convinced me. But they weren't cheap, so I decided to go home and start doing an online research to find out as much as possible about that brand and about that pedal, because I wanted to be sure before making my purchase. On the website, however, the demo clips didn't do justice to that beautiful pedal, and the more time passed, the more I thought about how much I liked it. So it occurred to me to do something a little unusual, and I made a proposal to Kostelab, offering them to make a demo video for them, asking in exchange for a discount on the pedal. Again, at the time, YouTube was not what it is today. It was a new market, but Kostelab understood how important it could be to have some showcase in line with times and trends, so they accepted. I almost couldn't believe it. But in any case, even if I didn't have the minimal skills or tools, I immediately started working on a video. And a very decent video came out, definitely amateurish if you watch it today, but it was my first demo. And compared to what was on YouTube at the time, it was also quite cutting edge. I don't know how many units they sold because of my video, but they liked it, and they even asked me to make more. So it was the start of a collaboration. They sent me products, I tried them out, tested and reviewed them. And with each video I tried to raise the quality bar a bit and a bit more. I was having fun, trying out pedals, playing a lot, I learned how to use Final Cut Pro, and I was very content overall. But to generate income from that, not a chance. But that was okay with me. I was in no hurry. And I really felt that that type of business would be a great opportunity for me. And I was right. Because in 2012, I discovered the Axe-Fx 2. And thanks to the experience gained with those demos, I felt confident enough to approach G66, asking for a small discount in exchange for some demonstration videos. They clearly told me that their policy was not to give out discounts to anyone, but that exceptionally, since they appreciated my creativity and my videos, just for this once, they agreed to meet me in the middle. That for me was a nice little victory, even if the discount was actually quite small. Anyway, I paid a sum that was ridiculously high for my budget at the time, taking home a machine much more advanced than what my guitar skills actually required, and immediately I started working on producing my first new videos. The idea was to place the Axe-Fx in a context of iconic and articulate sounds like those of David Gilmour and Pink Floyd, which was the reason why I decided to make the purchase, and the Axe-Fx gave me great satisfaction. I published a couple of videos with 2 different versions of Comfortably Numb and then a video of Poles Apart. And these videos started getting some attention. I mean, we're talking about tens of thousands of views. But for that time, it was not bad for a 24-year-old nobody. And then one day, just like that, something happened that has since then completely changed my life.